I've been good.
So I have heard about guys who have been having this thought about suicide. I've had a couple of friends who have contemplated suicide, and we are young. And kind of I'm not understanding how comes we are young, we have a world to live, we have years to be here, then you think about taking away your life. Have you ever thought about being suicidal, or have you had a friend or a relative or any person that you've had who has had that suicidal thought or has tried suicide?
Oh, okay. Truth be told, I personally have never attempted that, and I've never thought of it. Then I can only say I had an example, but that solution. But you got a solution. The person is now in the Christian world so much. He's a preacher right now. He's mature.
Wow.
Yeah, that's a good thing I can say to God. I can be grateful to God about. He's a preacher and he's a parent and he's happy. I believe he's happy. If I'm to remind him about that day, I think he can be like, maybe my mind wasn't thinking or anything. Then also, I can look at incurable diseases. Remember, most of the teenagers nowadays are so much active sexually. And whenever a teenage person is sexually active, you are most likely to contract a disease. Now, you are a teenager, you are not working, you're still depending on your parent. And this parent has no idea you have contracted a disease. What are you doing? You're keeping quiet, you're keeping it to yourself. And you're feeling like, if I open up to my family members about this disease, they may penalize me and they will never give a chance to me. What do you say in your heart and in your mind? I think, let me take away my life. Remember, you have contracted it illegally. None of your parents know you have been sexually active. Outside, you have been active. Your friends are knowing, your girlfriend is knowing, your boyfriend is knowing, but your inside people don't know it. So, as they are suffering, depressed, stressed with this disease, you say, oh God, to avoid my mother and father's wrath, let me just commit suicide. And that's when you find most teenagers who commit suicide, they write a note. Those ones who want, they can give a reason for doing it. Others just keep it there, and it's you, the parent, who suffers.
Yeah, so you're talking about the second cause, about
incurable diseases.
Yeah, and there is that person outside there who maybe has STI, sexual transmitted disease, has AIDS, he has syphilis, gonorrhea, and he's like, I've messed up. I've already judged myself and I've condemned myself, and I'm feeling now people condemning me, it's more than what I can bear, and I feel the only solution is taking away my life. What can you say to that person to help that person realize his life is more important?
First of all, let me speak it in the godly perspective.
Yeah.
If this person has gone astray, try to go to God on your own. Because remember, here you're facing this problem as you. You're not saying that, my friend will tell me this. Now it is you. On the godly perspective, try to go before God. First, tell God your problem. Because I believe when you're coming from a religious background, you always have that mindset of, but God, I think I should first seek advice and a solution from you. Then, from that perspective, you go to the youth centers. There are so many youth health centers in every country, every sub-country, every place. When you go to these centers, they never chase you out. What they ask of you is your ID, because they want to be sure, are you a youth? Because you will find that even 50-year-olds are going there to seek that medication. There are those youth centers, youth health centers. They are free of charge. Just go with your ID, talk to them, tell them how you did, because they have counselors there. These counselors are willing to listen to you, to talk to you, to guide you more and more in that journey of that disease. God forgive me for saying that. Then also, it's also healthy for you to get a trusted family member or a friend. You open up. It's good to open up. You see, what sharing is a solution. When I come and talk to you that, you see, I didn't go to school yesterday because I had to attend another maybe errand. Which errand was that? I'll be like, I have a friend, she needed me to take her to hospital. You see, when I talk to you, you can come up with a solution with me. You can even comfort me. You can be like, no, be strong. It's not the end of the world. Because we need counselors on board in every place, at home, school, hospitals, anywhere. That also is opening up to a trusted parent or a trusted person is also a solution. And again, before you commit suicide, don't just judge your family members or think for your family members. Are you sure if you open up to them, they will penalize you? What if that's the time they will put you closer and closer to themselves and be like, oh my God. Because sometimes these children are going astray because there is neglection somewhere. If I'm to be honest with you. Some people are being neglected. You may be in a home environment, food is everything is there, but there is that time where parents don't have a one-on-one with their children. You have never sat like even 2 minutes and be like, oh my son, you have matured. They are this and this. You find that a parent will be like, oh my God, I wish I was there at the time my child needed me. You see? So we should not just conclude and judge ourselves or penalize ourselves. We learn through our mistakes. The problem here is that they think it's incurable. But what you have to do is, 1, first pray to your God in case you're a religious person. 2, seek advice from a trusted person, someone you feel won't penalize you. 3, go to any healthy center for the youth. These people are willing to service you with that medication, that treatment, that free counseling. Just present your ID.
Wow. So one of the solutions that people need to know, there are some people out there who are ready to sacrifice anything to make sure that you're okay. There are some, you've said health centers that the only requirement is your ID.
Yeah.
And you're okay.
I believe here you also have it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We have
hospital.
them. Yeah. So, and the other thing is, in scriptures you have said you need to consult God. Scripture tells us about a woman who came to Christ, who had an affair with a man she was not married to, and everybody wanted to stone her. But what Christ did, he just wrote down, and every of his accuser left.
True.
And Christ told that woman, look up, is there anyone who's accusing you? And the woman said, there is no one accusing me. And he told her that neither will I accuse you. So once you lay everything to Christ, everything has changed. You give it to Christ, there is no condemnation for those who are in Christ. So once you want to mend your relationship with Christ upward, will help you mend your horizontal relationship.
Very true. That's
so there are some people who are out there who are ready to help you. There is Christ who's ready to embrace you. The prodigal son. Remember the story. The father saw the son and he was ready to embrace the son. That's our loving father who's ready to embrace us. So if you feel there is no place, come to Christ. Christ is always more than ready. He's not there to condemn you, he's there to embrace you. So the third cause you're talking about,
parents who got no time for their children. That one, I think, when you're to look at every environment or every sector, the society of nowadays is so much working class, and working class in a time whereby you feel like it's awkward. You see, when we were young, we could find that our parents could go working. In my times, when I was still young, primary level, nursery level, my parents could go working in normal hours. Our parent is leaving maybe at around 8:30, leaving at around 10. But nowadays, our parent will leave at as early as 3. That is an awkward hour. True, the person is honest, going to work. But that's an awkward hour. You leave at 3 a.m., you're coming back at 11 or midnight. Tell me, who is catering for your children? The auntie. And this auntie has a lot of his or her own personal pressure outside where he or she came from. This auntie is only going to do what she came to do. Mop the house, cook food, wash clothes, bath the kids. That's all. And again, you might find that even these very aunties are the ones who are bringing a problem to your children. The point is lack of time for our children. Parents here nowadays don't have time for their children. Their children are undergoing so much trauma. You find that a child is being mistreated by the auntie you brought in the house. But for you don't know. You are finding it already asleep because you have already given the auntie instructions. At 10, no, at 7, they should be sleeping. At 5, they should be eating. You see? So the aunt is saying, oh my God, I beat this kid. Now the parent at 5, they feed, put in bed. The kid wakes up, auntie, wait, mommy has already gone, or daddy has already gone. You see? So these parents who don't have time for their kids are also missing out a part of playing their role. Playing a parental role is not only in financial provision, is not only in food provision, is not only in medical provision, it's also in this time where you have to sit on a one-on-one, talk to your child, counsel your child, because sometimes there are certain things we do at home and our parents can be like, oh my God, why did she do this? Where you don't have to get a stick, you don't have to abuse, but to sit on a one-on-one and say, no, that's not good. Counsel this child, comfort this child, because sometimes these kids need comfort. You are providing me all this, but you have never showed and proved to me that there is love between me and you. Once there is no love shown, you see, children are sensitive creatures. That's why you see a toddler, an infant, or these ones like from age 1 to age 6, they get attached so much to whoever is showing love and concern. Either this person is evil or not evil, this child will be attached. Why? When I'm home, it's only Uncle so and so who can easily come and give me a hug. Are you getting it? That all that is under time. Because time, you say, how can hugging make a child not commit suicide? It can. Emotions, when you go deeper and deeper into emotional topics, you get to know that even if you're the one right now and I just come and I say, oh my friend, I've never seen you, but I just come and say, oh my friend, a handshake. You'll be like, oh my God, can you believe all these people have been with me for 5 years, but none has them. Are you feeling that emotional attachment now? It's not that you're getting into this person, but you feel like this person is caring. That's what happens to these children. They need that emotional attachment, that time for counseling them, to comfort them, to make them feel like they are good, they are worth it. Because even low self-esteem can be a part of that moment. My mother is never there for me, but this uncle, this aunt is there for me. Their house helps anyway. You see? So even that.
So what I'm hearing is parents have a role to play in this.
Yeah.
Young people are not, some of them are not cared for. They are not shown love.
True.
And because we don't know the value of love, we tend to think we are useless. We are not important anymore. So why live if you don't have any importance?
True.
So there is a role that parents need to do. And for every parent, I think it's either you're there, you've been there, or you're heading there. Because when it comes to parenting, it's either you're on your way to it, you're there, or you're past that. So the thing is, as you're heading there, you need to know that once you get there, you need to take care of your kids. You need to create time for your kids. If you're there and you're not caring, anytime you have an off day, anytime you are out on weekends, spend time with your family. Let them feel your presence. Let them know you care and love them.
True.
If you're past that, your kids are grown and out of your house, kudos for you. And maybe this is for you to understand what it means and how you can help the upcoming parents.
True.
Yeah, because it's really an issue. Long time ago, children used to belong to the community.
True. Very
No. So it's not only the work of parents to take care of these people, but it's our work as a community to be able to show love to this young generation, these upcoming leaders, these people who are coming to take over us. Yeah, I think and believe it's not only the work of the parents to bring up. There's a song that has been sung by some kids in South Africa that says it takes a whole village to raise a child. It's our work. Let us be the father, let us be the mother, the grandfather, the brother, the sister, the that guardian over these people who we think are lost, or they lack whatever God has provided for us. So it's your work out there to just care for. What's your take on that?
Okay, to me, my take on that is that, as you said, children were communal in the ancient times. Until now, they are still communal, depending on the society and community you are coming from. And also, even if you're an orphan, you should never feel low about yourself. You should never feel bad about yourself. It's not in your making. You didn't make it that you lose your parents. First, look onto your Creator. As God said, you are useless in the society, He has not said so. Look upon your Creator. Say, God, this is taking place. If you are strong inwardly, internally, in your heart and in your mind, pray to God about it. And also, we have family members. If you are under a guardian's care, try to be so free with this person in a respectable way. Are you getting it? Because again, sometimes we children, we tend to be disrespectful. You are being comfortable with me and open with me in a disrespectful manner. Be open and comfortable with me in a respectable way. Tell me, this is this. Because most orphans have someone who is taking care of them. It may be the grandfather, the grandmother. It may be your uncle. It may be maybe your fellow brother. But respect this person. Open up to this person in a respectable manner and in a respectable way. Talk to them. Tell them what is challenging your youth. You see? Because you're growing up, what is challenging you? Is it money? Is it a job? Is it a relationship? Is it someone insulting you or talking bad about your dead parent? Just open up. Tell them, this is taking place and I don't know how to do it. If this person doesn't give you that feedback you are expecting, go and talk to another person, because even if you're an orphan, there are so many people surrounding you in your family. Relatives are there, aunties, uncles, cousins. Talk to them. One of them amongst the 10, 1 or 2 will hear or listen to you and give you a good feedback or solution.
Maybe you can tell us if you have another reason why somebody can be suicidal.
Okay, some people can be suicidal due to poverty. For example, you have grown up from a poor background. You have grown, from childhood, you are seeing poverty. Adulthood, poverty. Marriage life, poverty. All those 3 stages of life. For a weak person emotionally, in the heart, in the mind, you think of killing yourself. Because whenever you're poor, you don't even feel like you're loved in any environment. And remember, truth be told, it's human nature. That some people feel like, oh my God, that one is a poor person. I don't want to associate. I don't want to relate. Whereby, for me, I won't blame this person, because this person also didn't come out from the mother's womb to think of being from a poor background. There are certain unseen circumstances that push some people to be poor or to be born or to be in that environment of poverty. But what am I trying to say? Some people think of suiciding when they have been so much in those stages of poverty, and they feel like, I cannot afford anything for myself. I cannot afford anything for my family. In my childhood, I've been seeing this. I think I should just go away, because the world is not my friend. Because the moment you feel all those stages of poverty, the 3 or the 4, you just feel like the world is not my friend. You touch this, it is destroyed. You try this, it is destroyed. You feel like, oh my God, let me just end my life. I lie peacefully. Isn't it?
So help that person realize there is more to life than just taking away their life. There is more to life. You're destined for great. Your today doesn't necessarily paint a picture of your tomorrow, because there is more to life than what we see.
To me, I think this person should also consider the Creator himself. You didn't create your own self.
Wow.
We have a Creator in heaven, and this Creator gave us scriptures to use, gave us the Holy Book to read. He told us, I'll send you the Helper, the Holy Spirit. He sacrificed His only Son, Jesus Christ, on the cross for us to have a good life. And good life is not all about in the spiritual realm, even in this physical world. It's all about you to be patient. You see, humans, we aren't patient. We humans want things that, for example, if you pour detergent like Ariel, Omo, Persil in water, and you just it brings that form. That's what we want. The moment you say money, it has come. No, everything has a stage, everything has a gradual process it undergoes. So for me, this person should think of the Creator. If you're still on earth, you're still breathing, consult your creator. God, I'm undergoing this situation. How can I go about it? He makes ways where there seems to be no way. He can move a mountain. Pray to your God. Trust in your God. Be patient. Act. The same Bible also speaks of prayer without action. As you're praying, act. Try your best. The more you pray, the more you act. Put this, do this. As you're thinking of God, your creator, praying to your creator, do what? Act. Put everything you're thinking of, if it's a business or if it's seeking an opportunity, into action. And also, you should not penalize yourself. It is not, as in, poverty should not make you commit suicide. Be thankful that you are alive. And the fact that you are alive, there is a reason why you are there. You might be poor, but you might be a solution to this rich man or to this rich girl. What am I trying to say? The scale we are on is unpredictable. This hour you might be down, the next hour something can come up, but suiciding is not a solution. Pray to God. Consult from those people whom you feel are willing to help you. Go to join various charitable organizations. There are charitable organizations. You see, these charitable organizations didn't call themselves charitable to brag or to feel proud about themselves. They did it to ease that suicidal thinking in the people who are living nowadays. Because someone maybe thought like, I think this man, people are committing suicide because of needs. Which needs? Food, clothing, accommodation, medical care. And for us, we can sacrifice. Can we take like 1,000 baskets of maybe this medical treatment in this environment? We can. So it's a charitable organization. Seek help from charitable organizations. And also try to be active in gatherings, especially community gatherings. Try to be there. Talk to these people, society, or every society, wherever you're coming from right now. I know there is that time in a month whereby your LC calls you people to gather. If you have your personal issue, talk to this LC after the meeting. Tell them, my dear, I'm a man of this age, but I don't have this. This is what I'm undergoing. People are willing to listen and help you if they can. And don't penalize someone. If someone does not bring a hand to you, don't penalize them. Try to understand them. But what am I trying to say? Don't think of suiciding. There are charitable organizations there in plenty. Every country has them. Every society has them. We have the LCs in our societies. These people are with the chairman or these chairladies. In ancient times, those people were there to help such people. You're facing which challenge? I'm so poor. I'm feeling I cannot even feed my own wife, my own child. What should I do? This person, the chairlady, the chairman of that society or that village or that sub-county is there to listen to you. Go to charitable organizations. Pray to your creator. Solutions are everywhere. It's all about being patient and thinking positively about every situation you are facing. Look at Jesus Christ himself. He was undergoing a storm at the last hour or the 11th hour. He was praying to the Lord, oh God, if possible, take away this cup of suffering from me. Because I'm relating poverty to suffering, like how Jesus was. Because the moment you are totally poor, that is the worst thing for human life. Because other things someone can bear, being bullied, but being poor totally, they can't bear it. On that 11th hour, he cried to the Most High God. He was sweating blood. He was telling his only Father in heaven, God, if possible, take away this cup of suffering from me. But for him, he was destined to do it. As who tells you that it is in your destiny to be poor forever? Has God told you so? No. God encourages us to pray and break curses. Poverty is a curse. Pray and break it, isn't it? So for me, what am I trying to say? Before you think of that, first see Jesus Christ. For him, he's the Son of God, but he was undergoing something of sacrificing himself to the entire world. But he was seeking his help, and it wasn't taken away, but he strengthened him in that period and that time when he was being persecuted, he was being spat on, he was being nailed on that cross. The same applies to you who thinks suiciding is the only solution. That as long as you're praying, you're being patient, you're putting whatever you feel is right into action, you're seeking help at the proper places, because you may seek help from a wrong place and you'll be insulted and put down so badly. The moment you see this is a charitable organization, pay a visit. This is our LC chairlady of this society, this sub-county. Go seek help. No one will offend you. They will understand you.
So what I'm hearing is
there is your trust that you need to put in God. There is work that you need to put to action. There is work to do. And combining this and knowing that God created you for a reason. God intends something for you. And there are some people who think they are poor, but they are fulfilled. The same thing you're saying, you don't know, maybe you're put in this earth so that because you hold the destiny of somebody, you are assisting a big person do something. You are just that person that God kept there so that you can be a solution to people. So you should be in a space where you're being fulfilled and you feel you have a reason to live, because you all have a reason to live.
True.
So poverty is not a reason why we should think we are supposed to take away our lives.
True.
And it's my prayer that people need to realize that Jesus became poor so that we can be rich. He became sin so that we can be righteous. He became everything. He was nailed on the cross so that we can purchase healing. He became everything so that we can enjoy the fullness and totality of this earth. So poverty should not be something that should hold us back or hold us down. Yeah, and now we are coming to a conclusion, and I think you can tell us maybe one more cause that you feel it can bring suicidal thought.
Maybe tight parental laws. Some laws are so tight. You find that every household must have laws, and these laws have to govern us, have to groom us, have to tame us. Especially when you are still a young person, you are a minor, you know nothing. You see, when you are minor, you are seeing ice cream, but when you are in that old age, you are seeing rocks, foundations, pillars. What am I trying to say here? As a parent is imparting his discipline in you, it may offend you in the short run, but the long-term benefit of it will be you jubilating. It will be you celebrating your parent. You'll be like, oh, I thank God for my parent. At that time, I thought I was right, but my parent came in, and he or she helped me out. I found a solution. What am I trying to say? Even if these laws are tight, they are not tight because they want to put you down. They are tight to groom you for the near future, to groom you for the next generation, for the children of tomorrow. Look at our society nowadays. People are so much copying the .com world. Now, if you're to relate with these children of this society, and if you're to compare children from the other society, and who are those children? Our parents. Because our parents are children of those societies. The way they behaved and the way they're behaving now, and the way their children are behaving, it's really alarming, isn't it?
Yeah.
Why? Their parents were tight, but whatever they were doing for them groomed them to be who they are, the man and the women they are now. So for me, I think as adolescents or as teenagers, we should not think negatively towards our parents, even if the laws are tight. If you feel the law is tight, try to open up on a one-on-one with your parent. Tell them, no, have friends. I too want to go out there and be with them. This parent will bring a good idea to you. You'll be like, okay, if you have friends, invite them over. You can sit maybe in the park. We have a park somewhere here. It's a family park. Cool. Isn't that a solution enough? Okay, you want to go outings. Isn't that a solution enough for a teenager? Because you are saying, hey, my parent is so tight. Parents are not tight. It's we who are tight on our parents. We don't have that one-on-one talk with our parent. My parent may be busy, but if you come on board and say, no, ma'am, this is this, I don't think she or he can spare even 5 minutes to be with you on board.
Maybe you're out there and Ephesians 6:1, it talks about children being obedient to their parents in the Lord, for that is right. And there is a promise that comes later that is told, honor your father and mother. It's in honoring your parents that you live long. And life cannot be sustained without honor. You need to be in that space where you need to honor your parents.
True.
Honor them not because you want to, or it's because honor comes with a blessing. You are supposed to honor. It's not a request. So once your parents, you might feel, my dad is not understanding, my mom is not understanding, but as I'm speaking, I should honor them. That yes, I know you don't understand me, but there is a way I can speak it out that is not demanding to them.
True.
And there is always a space where you can always reach out to somebody who you feel can understand me. Somebody who, there are friends that you have seen in your house that you very much know that these are my dad's friends, these are my mom's friends, that you can relate with, you can talk to. There is your pastor, there is your teens pastor, there is your church leaders. There are people that you can reach out to that can help you be able to reach out to your parents in a respectful way and be able to come to a point that you can understand each other. Without that, you will feel this society can't hold me, and my parents are not understanding. They are old school. Me, why am I living? We will think about suicide. But once you are in a space where you understand there is always a channel to reach out to my parents, and maybe you feel as if this me speaking to my parents cannot work for me. There is always a channel. True. So maybe you can as we are concluding, you can tell people maybe as possible solution on how we can reach out to our parents. Maybe for you can give an example, maybe growing up, how you felt this, how it was easy for me to reach out to maybe mom, this was how it was easy for me to reach out to dad or my guardian.
Okay, to me, I personally, as you've said, I used to do it in this way. Since I'm coming from a religious background, I would first put everything in prayer. I could pray about it. From praying about it, I could talk to my mom, because my mom, I easily approach my mom more than my pap, because my pap is a strict parent. Of course, my own parents are normally strict. So what I do, I first reach out to my mom. I talk to her. In case she doesn't feel like she can do something about it, I first use other channels. Which other channels are those? I either use my siblings who are older than me. If it doesn't work out, I use my aunties, my uncles, any family relative close to me whom I trust. Those are the channels I could use. And also most times I could also go on a one-on-one with my parent, the strict one. But I could feel like he's understanding me, even though he would not give you a real yes for an answer, but he could feel like if you show me the advantages of this, I'm willing to step on ground and be there for you. Yeah, so I think you can use either mediators, that is your uncles, aunties, grandparents, cousins, or your siblings if you're a young one, or your mother, or anyone whom you feel you can trust and you believe won't take you for granted.
I think growing up, most of the time, I have my small brother, who most of the time maybe I felt he's more listened to than I was, and I could use him to relay a message. Go tell Daddy you want to go and play at this place. Go tell mom this is where I want to go and do this. So I used him to relay that message. But there is always a way. You can know. It depends with you and your relationship with your parents. Then if you're that parent who are out there and you're feeling maybe you've disconnected with your children for one reason or the other, I would just encourage you to try as much as possible to just reach out to your kids
True.
through their friends, through other people that you feel they have influence over them, and you might get your way back to their hearts. Let's stop suicide. I know suicide is you will agree with me. It's a big topic, and we have already tackled 4 causes of suicide. And my prayer is these 4 causes will be able to help somebody out there that is contemplating suicide, or maybe is in that space and he doesn't know what to do. So we'll be here with more topics. We'll continue speaking. And hope we'll find solution. We are the solution for this age. We are not solution for tomorrow. We are solution for now.
True.